Did you get those things that I told you to fact check? You did. What's the name of the song?
This is Hold On by Ricky Dillon.
It's not on here.
No.
You played an extra song?
Yep.
Oh shoot.
You were in the bathroom.
I sure was, and honey, I couldn't come out. I could not come out. That's a book, but did Trump really say that? Yeah, I really want to know. But you know what? And it might be true. I just can't see a president saying anything like that.
But it's true.
What you say? Bet it's true.
Yeah, I said it's true.
Y'all don't never give nobody the benefit of the doubt.
It's 30 seconds. It's Trump. You heard what he said about the group of the boys from New York when they was going through the five that had got locked up a long time ago for like raping that woman, and she lied about it.
She sure lied about it.
5 seconds.
It is Tell Me Something Good Tuesday, y'all, and I got some good news for you. But guess what? You're going to have to wait because I'm going to release it right after we get back. It's your girl, Tamara Fair, on the air, and I am super excited to be posted in the studio with the Brunch Bunch. What's up, y'all? It is Veterans Day. To all you veterans that are listening to my voice, thank you for your service and thank you for your benefits. Yes, we true. I always say to people, if you're looking for a husband or a wife, make sure you find somebody that's a vet because they got the best benefits. Y'all, you're going to be beneficiaries today of this show because it is always our aim to send you back better than you came. So don't go nowhere. We got way more to share right here on Inspiration 1390. It's the Brunch Bunch.
I'm State Representative LaShawn K. Ford, and I'm Lester
Central Park 5. What did he say?
He was calling for them to.
It's a Central Park 9 or 5?
5.
Oh.
As airports reopen.
It's now the exonerated 5? Yeah, but that's after their lives were ruined. What's up, Facebook? Antonio Banks, how are you?
Yeah, he was calling for their execution. Yep.
I'm confused at the question, Antonio. What do you do on this channel? It's a YouTube comment? From what YouTube?
Monday through Friday, 7:30 a.m. until 3:30.
It goes live to Facebook.
It go live to
Generation
Church.
Oh, okay. Somehow something's happening here.
10 a.m. to 7 p.m. Call 773-373-8988.
It froze.
One Jamaica, one Midwest.
Go up at the top.
The
to your
Leaders
left.
Network has partnered with Great Lakes Credit
Just go back
Union
live.
to increase access to financial services.
No,
and
go back
funding
live.
for the residents of Chicago's Austin community and surrounding areas. That's
I hate that phone. Don't get a 17. It's the
I
worst.
wasn't gonna get that anyway.
I'm switching back in.
It's the worst. It's the absolute worst.
Like I just got my 15, and they already.
I mean, this is a 16. Bro.
Do you have that on that? What I have it on?
The filter?
Okay. If I wanted to say that, I could have said that. Big mouth. Big mouth. Oh my God. So what did you say about the Central Park 5, the exonerated 5?
Trump
Peace of mind
bought
isn't something
an
you
ad
wait for.
in the newspaper.
It's something you.
Oh, that was years ago.
At the Brian
Yeah.
P. Pickett
That's
Funeral,
what
we help families prepare.
Oh yeah, that was years ago. This was way before he became the president the first time.
Did you want this song to play before In the World, Tim?
Huh?
Did you want this song to play before In the World?
You played 3 already, right?
Yep.
Yeah, no.
413-7774 today.
As far as Trump
Let's
talking
start
about black
conversation
children,
about planning, protecting,
it's saying
and preparing for
that
what matters most.
he didn't explicitly mention black
Call
children, but he did make comments about some people who are going to be
413-7774.
criminals.
The
So
Brian P. Pickett Funeral Group.
So it's not facts. So I can't talk about that. But some people, I mean, is criminal behavior born or taught? I'm not sure. So that's that whole nature versus nurture argument.
And there's no better place than right here on Brunch Bunch.
I think
With
there's
thousands of
circumstances
listeners
always
tuning in every weekday from
I know, but I'm saying there have been clinical studies on that, like people with double X
Your
chromosomes
business can gain
who are
exposure
like serial
and never
killers.
double
They have
down.
found the commonality in that. They, being researchers, have found commonalities in that double X chromosome leading to violent criminal behavior. And
I can look that up.
okay, well, go ahead then. If I tell you something, I want you to believe it like it was in the good book, okay? No, go ahead and look it up.
30 seconds.
Be social.
40 days and 40 nights. What?
Be family.
What y'all laughing at?
Be quiz.
Why I say 40 days and 40 nights? Y'all just start busting up laughing.
10 seconds to end the row.
Okay.
Go to bequeeze.com and get your favorite fragrance today. That's BEQUEESE.com. Bequeeze.com.
We're in the raw with Tamara Fair on the Brunch Bunch.
Well, 40 days and 40 nights has a brand new meaning. I know when I said that, you all were thinking about the Bible. However, we're going to switch lanes for a minute because that's not what I'm referring to. After a 40-day government shutdown, a deal was struck to reopen the government, but many congressional Democrats are deeply frustrated with the outcome and with their own leadership. Well, the deal reached into the Senate funds the government through January 30th of 2026. So that's just a few more months. And it restores key funding for key areas like food stamps and reversal federal layoffs, yet it falls short of meeting the big demands that the Democrats had set out for in the beginning. So the core complaint from Dems is that they did not secure the extension of healthcare tax credits under the Affordable Care Act, which they had identified as the principal negotiating leverage. Well, they had sought a one-year extension of those tax credits, benefiting about 22 million people, but instead accepted only a promise to hold a vote in December. And some view this promise as a meaningless gesture. And in the timeline of the standoff, the shutdown had become progressively more painful. Agencies furloughed, flights canceled by the Federal Aviation Administration, food aid benefits frozen, and the intense pressure from Donald Trump urging Congress to return to resolve the crisis. Well, this environment, however, did not translate into major gains for Democrats. Instead, critics within the party believe they gave up too soon and weakened their position for future leverage. Well, adding to the internal tension is the role of Chuck Schumer, who is a Democrat from New York. The Senate Democrat leader whose handling of the negotiations has become a flashpoint for criticism. Well, many House Democrats feel that Schumer's December plan reflects a repeat of missteps from earlier in this year when he supported the Republican-backed measure that angered many party members. As one Democrat House put it, on the condition of the anonymity, and I quote, "It's an awful deal, a total failure to use leverage for anything real." Well, beyond the immediate deal, the broader consequences is a fracturing of the Democratic unity. Well, I don't know if that was the litmus or the turning point, because Democratic unity had been in question for a minute. Well, the party, fresh off what had been a successful election cycle, now finds itself divided yet once again. So some members are openly signaling a decision is coming about leadership. Doubts have already arisen around Hakeem Jeffries, and of course, everybody knows who Hakeem Jeffries is. He's also a Democrat from New York, and the House Democrat leader who support the Senate deal is uncertain amid growing dissent. In summary, while the shutdown deal does accomplish certain objectives, government operations funded until late January, food stamps program secured through fiscal year 2026, and reverse layoffs, it will fall short of what many Democrats had hoped to achieve. Well, the failure to lock in the ACA tax credit extension, the perception of the premature capitulation of Republicans and the White House, and the internal critics of leadership all contribute to a sense of anger and disappointment within the party. Whether this leads to change in strategy or leadership, that remains to be seen. A couple of things about this whole situation. There was a lot of pressure from the millions of people that were going to be out in the cold and hungry not out in the cold. They weren't losing their housing, but they were losing their SNAP benefits, which so many people depended on to eat. So, I mean, there was a lot of pressure. And according to, and y'all can fact check me on this, 8 Democrats actually voted for the bill, and that's what pushed it over and stopped the 40 days and 40 nights shutdown. I'm laughing because it's a little bit funny, but it does replicate the 40 days and 40 nights that have been mentioned in the Bible. Well, you can know that this was not biblical. And I'm sure that if Jesus had his hand in it, it wouldn't have gone down like this. But Jesus has his hand in everything, and nothing is coincidental. So there is a rhyme for this, a reason for this rhyme. We just have to stay tuned and listen to the beat.
Well, I'm glad it has been resolved for now. And I'm hearing a lot of back and forth from Democrats and Republicans. And unfortunately, I don't know why people would be upset. People's lives have been at stake. This is the worst time to not have food. Now, I get the healthcare piece because over the last 4 days, I have heard someone tell me that they don't have health insurance.
Someone? I've heard thousands of people.
I'm talking personally, right?
I'm talking personally.
Oh, okay.
People have literally inboxed me. You know, I never check my inbox, right?
You sure don't.
But this time I checked it for what? Because that was God ordaining me to go and check it. I don't have healthcare. Do you have a resource? I watch you on the brunch budget. Do you have a resource? I'm like, yes, the resource is put pressure on your U.S. congressmen and your U.S. senators so that we can definitely make sure that they understand what boots on the ground is saying, what the people are, how they're being affected.
Because it's healthcare. I've experienced it. We've been in the hospital, and there's certain things that just aren't covered anymore because of these federal shutdowns. And then you got to think of food. No SNAP benefits. And then the ones who did get it, they got it very late. You know how many people depend on these monthly SNAP benefits? And then, of course, travel. One of our interns couldn't make it today because his flight was delayed.
Flight delayed? How about flights canceled? Went to our homecoming Fist Forever reunion 2025. That was just a shameless shout out. However, so many of my friends were not able, friends and family, Gina and Helen, were not able to get back. Dr. Stu, not able to get back. So many people got delayed flights. Mine was delayed, but not denied. So it was about it. So I was supposed to leave at 4:48. We didn't get on the plane till about 6 o'clock. We got into Chicago at 9. They were on the plane. And they said, oh, oops, sorry. The plane is canceled because of the weather in Chicago. And it wasn't just the weather in Chicago because they didn't have adequate, what are those people?
FAA agents. They didn't have TSA agents.
No, they had TSA agents. It was the people no, they're coming.
Okay.
They're disgruntled because they're not getting paid, but they're coming. But the ones in the tower.
FAA, isn't that the FAA?
I guess. Anyway, those people that tell you where you can turn right certain degrees, turn left certain degrees, you can go down.
That's the department, but I know what you try. I know the title you're trying to say.
Think of it either. Air traffic controllers.
Air traffic controllers. I'm like, in the tower.
In the tower.
Well, I'm glad that my air traffic controller is never off duty.
Never off duty. But you know what? They ended up renting a car and they actually drove from Nashville because the airline.
But that's not too bad. I bugged my ass. I mean, I don't like road trips no more. So what was that, like 8 hours?
It's 6.5, but you ride with Gina, it's gonna be 8 hours. Because she's gonna stop at the mall.
You ride with Otis at 10.
Remember too, it's not because she drives slow, because she doesn't. You gripping your seatbelts. But I said that on purpose. But see, the thing about it is when they left, they had to come through Chicago, of course, but they made it a whole experience, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it was kind of fun. It was like an extension of the reunion, but of course you would have wanted to fly because that's what you want to do. A lot of people miss work because of it, but you know, when you come off of a great weekend, it's like, okay, it is what it is.
I guess it's, you know, at this point we have some solutions. They may not be the ones that we all wanted, but we cannot continue. This is the longest shutdown in government history. In the history of this.
In the history of our history.
200+ year country. And we just got to make sure that we're sending people to Congress that are going to really take up for us and not play political games.
And stand the ground, you know. Like, I get it. You sacrifice a lot for the good of the whole body. It's like the mother or the two mothers that was fighting over the baby, and the actual birth mother let the baby go because she didn't want to cause any more harm to the baby. Same thing here. We have millions of people that were about to lose their ability to eat. Is anybody hearing that?
Yeah.
Because, like, if you can't eat, you can't think.
Because the flights are okay, but the eating and the health benefits were,
That's
tragic.
because you weren't on no flights. Our flights are not okay.
Well, I'm just saying, it ain't like the end of the world. But of course, if you're stuck somewhere, in my case, if I'm out of town and need to get back to my family and I can't because of this, would be a travesty too. But I'm saying in regards to the seriousness of feeding people and making sure they have access to health care. Those are on the chopping block.
Those are definitely priority points. But let me tell you what one of the airlines did. They told them the flight was canceled, but they couldn't get their luggage. So all of their luggage is still on that airplane.
Oh, they bogus for that.
Yeah, they're real bogus for that. So you guys got to be very careful of when you're selecting airlines like right about now, because
what airline was it? Put them on blast.
Southwest.
Not my beloved Southwest.
Oh, you told me to put them on blast because I just said some airlines. Did y'all heard me say some airlines?
Say like Spirit or something. No shade.
No, not Spirit.
Not my Southwest.
Start with a.
Well, I'm sure they didn't do that out of love, but if we continue to lead with love, we will land on love.
Well, you wasn't leading or landing up there because they wasn't taking off.
Well, I guess wrong choice of words.
But you know what? All ended well, as I think that most things do. Like, we go through the process, and you have to trust the process. But the process trusting is a skill set that a lot of us don't have. Like, when we're going through our valleys, we can't see that there's a peak coming.
Yeah.
Right. But you have to be able to keep your faith up, your fear down, and just keep fearlessly forging forward.
Because if God showed you what you had to go through to get to, some of us would politely decline.
Turn around.
Be like, you know what? I know I asked for it, but it's okay.
I think Jesus would have turned around had he really known.
But listen, because of love, he stayed on that cross. It wasn't the nails that held him. It was love. It's all about love, Lamar Campbell, right here on the Brunch. Whose idea was that?
Man.
You know what? You came back refreshed. I loved all your great points yesterday.
What were my points?
Yeah. And this is something I'm like, we gotta have a camera somewhere in the corner, so that's dope.
I actually gave another poll so that we could do it. It's in there because nobody ever brings it out. It should be in the locker.
Oh, it's been in the locker.
Hello.
I had that big tripod, but that took up too much space.
Let me see.
I don't know if I
Well, that's the one
that's
we
not
tried
my
to do, but that's too big. I like this one.
Yeah, this is the
You
pole.
can move it around.
The other one is a little bit. They were the same price, but that was a little bit cheesier. That's why I left it.
You just this viral sensation.
Did
Kim Whitley go to Fist?
You thought we just let her go do the dance?
You know what? I
Because she didn't go to Fist? Yes, she went to Fist.
I'm like, wait, because I know.
What did you see, Kim? She had
I know. I'm not see y'all wrapped.
I said, Kim, what are you doing? What's wrong with you? I'm cold. And they all tried to take her coat off. I'm like, baby, if you want your coat on, keep your coat on. She's so funny. And then she was inducted into the Sports Hall of Fame. Sports. Don't act like we ain't got no sports.
No, I'm not saying y'all don't got no sports. What she got to do with sports? I don't know.
She played basketball, but she got inducted for her volleyball.
Oh, nice.
You don't see it? I left it. I gave it to Adam to leave in there.
Unless Adam took it
2 weeks ago. Somebody gonna give me $9.99. Now I'm not saying who. Y'all can all pitch in, but somebody gonna give me $9.99, and I'm not. It was $999.
3 people walked up to me. That's why I texted you the other night. They said Tamara's here.
No,
and I kept saying, no, she's not. And then they like, yes, and one of them is somebody with no purse.
They drink. They drink.
Clearly,
they need a 12-step program.
By the time the third person
I
said it.
know he knows I'm not here.
By the time the third person said it, I said, maybe I'm missing her, but I'm going to find her. She in this room.
I told you where I was going when I was going.
But I swear.
The bad part about it is I was trying to do both, but I couldn't make it happen. And I was supposed to do the Kim and I were supposed to host the event that we were But when I tell you, Kim, she saved it. She rocked it too. She's awesome. She's awesome. But everybody in that video was awesome.
So I see Kim on our main man Reggie's page.
Because Reggie used to manage Kim.
That's what I like. So when I saw in the video, I said, "Oh, maybe she there because."
We wouldn't let no. Well, actually, we did. We inducted and gave an honorary Fiskite badge to the young lady that had on the green. Her name is Denise. She had on the green and it had a stripe down the back, a pink stripe down the back. So now she's an honorary Fiskite.
Okay.
But no.
Or drop
Kim
when are we
has
going to help our Jamaican brothers?
So Friday we're having the
Community Center or
trailers come and pick up all the stuff. I mean, when I tell you we've been getting stuff.
Yo, nice donation.
Stuff. I'm talking about truckloads. So we partnered with through Pastor Abercrombie. We partnered with Good 360 World Vision, and then they're gonna have it sent down to Florida, and then they're gonna fly it over. Did you see that tragedy where the man in Florida took off from Fort Lauderdale on his twin-engine plane, he and his daughter, because this was his second run to go drop off supplies to Jamaica, went down in a residential area and killed both of them.
I did not see that. Wow.
A community-driven, member-owned
That's why y'all
like
need
those
me.
little planes.
I cannot stand them. Two of my friends when I was in college, when I was in high school, they flew down to Jamaica and crash landed in trees, and both of them passed. It was a father and a son.
When American Airlines, you know, some places you go, they have them real small jets. I look at them and I'm like,
Me either. And I'm not scared of flying no more. Like literally, when we came in to Chicago, when I tell you that plane was doing like this, I was cool in a fan. Cause you know what? When you really,
holding on.
When you really put your fear on the bottom of your face, it changes your life. It changes your world. Y'all heard that? Put your fear on the bottom of your faith. That means your top priority is your faith, and God will make you his top priority.
Your people looked amazing Saturday. Toy, of course.
Saw her in her
Pam.
beautiful pink. I didn't see a picture of Pam yet.
Go to beatqueen.com.
Of course they look amazing. This is Davis, honey.
There was so many people I didn't get to see. I heard Deborah Vines was there.
You didn't see her?
I didn't see her.
Let me tell you something. Fisk ain't that big. It was 6 people that I know personally were there. I never saw them. Baby. Oh, this is yours. Oh, you got it.
Nutrition has the knowledge, experience, and care to guide you every step of the way. Call 773-909-9000.
Oh, okay.
Zoe,
Yes.
I want you to.
That's 773-909-9002.
20 seconds.
Tuesdays at 12:30. Tune in right here on
I
the
do it
Brunch.
later.
Hey, what's up, guys? I can't see that far because as you see today, you can see the entire studio. I heard you when you said, listen, the only person that I can see when you're in the studio is you. Well, that was a little self-absorbed, but I thought that's what I was supposed to do until you taught me differently. Thank you for that lesson. Well received, but I can't shout you out because I can't see that far. Go tell me who's on there for me, please. Justin.
So what's going on is Chicago is the place to be, especially during gala season. And I did want to just shout out the Urban League 64th gala was this past weekend, and 2,500 plus, I want to say black folks, but it was a few, it was a little mix in there. But let's say a room full of predominantly black folks came together to raise money for the Urban League. And it was phenomenal. And, I'm just always in awe when I get around us. And it's just no issues. It was great seeing people, great connections, great networking happening. So shout out to Honorary Chair Toy Salter, who did an amazing job. Tammy's BFF. And Miss Karen Freeman Wilson, who was the former mayor of Gary, Indiana, left that position to take over the Urban League, is doing some amazing work. And it was funny because at the end
we could give her a
I gotta give it up to Karen Freeman Wilson. I love humble people. I walked in the room And contrary to some people's belief, I don't always want to talk or be, in the center of any attention.
Whatever, you gonna get the photo ops. You can just be real.
Unfortunately, my light just shine. But I walk in the
No, that's
room.
fortunate.
I'm in her because I'm like, what? I'm in her suite, and the guy was like, "Oh my God, Action Jackson in the room, and tell him about your breakfast with Santa." And I'm like, I'm not here for breakfast with Santa. And he said it again. So then I just got up and I gave a nice speech about Karen Freeman Wilson and the work that she was doing. And she came and gave me a hug.
And she's a sweetheart.
And said, thank you for that. I really needed those kind words tonight. And I said, oh, wow, thank you. So I wanted to definitely shout that out. But with that being said, there's a great event coming up this Thursday. And First Lady Jamel Meeks was with us. And I texted to Justice so that I can make sure I give all the great information. But she's amazing. She is amazing. She is so down to earth. Quick story. I met First Lady Jamel Meeks through her daughter many years ago, who she said we act like brother and sister. We did a lot of work together, and we traveled together. We've been out of town.
But she and her daughters look like they could be sisters because she looks just
Listen, amazing. First Lady Meeks does not age.
Nope, she is beautiful.
And that's why when she was here, she said, I had so much fun with you and Tana.
Oh.
And I said, well, we want you to come back. And she said, you know what? We're doing a networking reception for business owners, and it is this Thursday. So this Thursday, the Rise and Build Entrepreneur Program is celebrating 21 years of service, and I've been asked to co-host the event. Nice. So on behalf of Jamel Meeks and yours truly, you're cordially invited to the Rise and Build Business Reception and Award Celebration. It's going down at U.S. Bank, 801 North Clark, from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. You must RSVP. They told me they wanted it to be a private event. Mm-hmm. Now, I'm going to be honest, because all I do is tell the truth on the radio. Can't be that private when you got me inviting people, because I will forget. We got to let the world know. But
oh, my God. I hope they got enough seats and enough plates.
Well, shout out to U.S. Bank, who I called, and I said, hey, First Lady Meeks is looking for a nice venue to host a reception. And I instantly thought of you all. They said, say less. You all can have the event at the Brunch. And so it's going to be food, some networking. They're going to be giving out a few awards. But you must RSVP, and you can go to bit.ly/AriseBuild26. That's bit.ly/AriseBuild26. Or DM us on social media, and we'll make sure you get the link. It's going to be a great time. U.S. Bank is going to have some resources for entrepreneurs. First Lady Meeks is going to make an announcement about their upcoming cohort, which I got to get a sneak peek of it. And, I mentioned it on the show when she was here. I have so many mentors by proxy that don't think I listen to them. I think probably 90% of the people in my life think I don't listen to them.
Well, you act like you don't listen.
But I do. Behind the scenes, I just don't always tell you. But I listened to First Lady Meeks too. She was giving me some great business advice. And so she asked for my advice on the program and how to, make it 2.0. It was an honor. And so I was able to help orchestrate this next session. And I don't know if she needed me after 21 years, but I'm glad that I got to put a little Action Jackson sauce on it. So you want to be in the room if you're looking to make 2026 your best year. I have decreed and declared to Mayor Fair that at 2026 is going to be one of the best years of my life.
All you got to do is believe.
2025 has thrown it every which way and let me every which way but loose.
Now, I thought you said you only tell the truth on the radio. Because truth be told, 2025, 2024, and 2023 been doozies for you.
Listen, I tell Valencia, our life has not been the same since MJ was born. But I believe that this season is ending this year. This is it.
That's
and we're putting the devil on notice.
That's
MJ is going to be healed. Valencia is going to be healed. Our finances are going to be healed. Our minds are going to be healed. And I'm ready for 2026. I don't never get ready to look. I'm ready to put a Christmas tree up. I want to celebrate the holidays. Look,
I cannot with you rushers for Christmas. Let's just get through Thanksgiving. But let me just say this, going back to your original comment. Yes, please, let's just get through Thanksgiving. Because it's amazing that she is having it at the U.S. Bank. The reason that's so amazing, not just because they donated the space and it's a beautiful space, but also U.S. Bank, when you're there at the event, make sure that you make some relationships with U.S. bankers. Yes. U.S. Bank has some of the most relaxed criteria in order to fund you for your projects because they fund.
Yes.
And a lot of banks don't. They have to have intermediary bankers or subsidiary bankers or oversight bankers. But U.S. Bank is unique in that way. So make sure that you don't just go in the room so you can look pretty for the photo ops. Make sure that you go in the room and you come out of there with a resource that's going to benefit you and your family.
And don't walk in the room looking at people as potential competition. Look at them as potential collaborators, because you never know who you can work with. Listen, me and Tammy do all our businesses together.
A lie. Another lie.
They made me think when I said, you said, I don't want to do nothing else. My life is getting back on track. I'm decreeing and declaring it.
Well, that's when I'm going to get back on track with you.
Well, we're starting with this Arise and Build Entrepreneur Program, because as I was going through some of the lessons that are going to be taught and helping to say, hey, you should add this workshop, it made me start putting things into perspective for myself and my business. And so I've been hitting the ground running. So look, it started with the Urban League and being in the room and people just, the conversations and talking. It was like, you know what, you got to really try to get over this stuff and get back to work. And then meeting with her was so much inspiration. So believe it, it's going down this Thursday, 6 to 9. Please go online and RSVP, bit.ly, that's bit.ly/Arise Build 26, Arise Build 26. And guess what? You're going to be able to arise and build your business in 2026. We're going to have it on the Brunch Bunch page, my social media page. Find it, and it's only open to the first 50 registrants, actually. It is a small.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I think we said 75, but we want to keep it. She wants to be very impactful of who's in the room, because she got some surprises.
Well, in rooms like that, it's heavy hitters. Now, that does not mean if you don't consider yourself a heavy hitter that you can't arise to become a heavy hitter. And these are the rooms that are game changing. Urban League, game changers. Though everybody in that room, all those 2,500 people have the ability and have done so, moved and changed the trajectory of lives, right?
Yeah.
So they are also very willing to mentor you on your journey. So if you get the opportunity to be among the 75, make sure that you don't miss the opportunity. It is there for you. And thank you to Sister Meeks for actually putting this on for 21 years, y'all.
21 years.
A lot of people don't even know about it until this year.
And some people start stuff and can't make it 21 days. So
Okay.
21 years.
I've been on a diet. I'm telling you now, 21. I had me some biscuits in the South.
Oh, my Lord. Speaking, I wish I was on my way to the South. But my time to travel and enjoy fun in the sun will be sooner than I think.
It sure is.
And
Let me tell you why. Because when we go down to Jamaica and deliver all of these goods that we have been collecting, thanks to our partners, which are, of course, State Representative LaShawn K. Ford.
He was in the building.
Yes, he was. I'm sure the congressman was there, too.
Yes.
And our other partner, the consulate, the Honorable Lester Barclay. I always want to call him Mosley. Lester Barclay, who is actually on 44th and King Drive, y'all. He's also the head of CTA. And
the new head of CTA?
Relatively new head of CTA. Yeah.
I missed that announcement. Congratulations. Yeah. Where was I at?
Not here. You opened yourself up for that.
You know what? Right.
And our newest partner, which is Pastor Abercrombie, who has hooked us up with a plethora of resources, including Good 360, World Vision. It's just been an amazing collaboration coming together organically, y'all. And when we go down there to get boots on the ground, make sure that we are ensuring that people who donated get those donations to the places that they wanted to get them to, and we are trusted people in the community. Trust that we are going to make sure that it's there. So shout out to all of those people.
Woo!
And to Marcel, because that's when you're going to travel with your combat boots on, because you're going to be in the trenches.
I love a good, what we used to call them, sustainability trips.
Yes.
And we used to travel somewhere where they needed help, do a little work for 5 days, and help the community. And then 4 days, we relax on the resort.
That ain't how this is going.
Oh! I'm trying to help with that itinerary.
So just yesterday, the North Coast, which is your Ocherias, your Tower Isle, Bosco Bell, St. Mary's, parts of St. Anne just got their power restored.
Wow.
Parts of St. Anne, which is your Richmond Prairie areas, your Discovery Bay, Runaway Bay. Still waiting. It might have already been restored by the time that we're talking now. I just haven't gotten word, but it's slowly coming back. Let me tell you something. Jamaicans are very resilient, but I'm going to tell you the most important part. Besides that, they had a minister of finance who preempted and got a cat insurance policy that paid out $150 million for her. The first of its kind in any country. Jamaicans did that.
Wait, what?
You heard it.
Yeah, we got to talk about that some more because I want to learn about that.
Yes.
So listen, it is our time, believers. It's our time to arise and build. It's our time to continue trusting God. And if you put your trust in the hands of the master, you'll be all right. It's Joshua Troops. It's my time right here on the Brunch Fund.
Can you imagine? It was the first.
Wait, how did he got insurance just in case?
He's a Rhodes Scholar. He's an attorney, and he was the minister of finance, right? And so you can look it up on Instagram. It's on Instagram. So Prime Minister Holness announced it because literally it's the first of its kind in any country, and it gave them $150 million in relief funds.
That is.
I mean, that is prophetic, right?
Yeah. So they're gonna be able to do some good building.
Yep, they're gonna be able, because the support is pouring in from all over the world. Like it was more devastating than any hurricane that's ever happened, but the outpour has been extremely amazing. So even though any one loss of life is incredibly sorrowful, they only had in such a horrifying. They only had reported 37 deaths.
Wow.
And to all those 37 families, our hearts are pouring out to you. And we hear you, we understand, and we are right there in the struggle with you. We stand with Jamaica. Hey, Tina. Hey, staying in your lane. You touch and agree. Yes, honey. Touching and agreeing.
So 2 weeks ago when MJ was in the hospital, his doctors asked could they refer him to Make-A-Wish Foundation.
That's a great foundation.
And at first I'm like, no.
It's great.
Because those are for kids that are really, really sick. And they're like, well, MJ do have health challenges. I'm like, yeah, but I don't even want to think that he's that sick. And I said, you know what, Valencia? If people want to bless us, you let them bless us. Let them submit. The next week they called and said MJ was accepted. They want to grant his wish.
Yeah.
So my thought was, oh, they can send us to Jamaica. I'm like, oh.
Is that his wish? Oh, that's your wish.
He wishes to see his parents happy.
You know what?
I'm like, what do you have to 3-year-old?
Let me say this though, Joy. You know Joy, my niece that works at Eastside. Mm-hmm. So she has a son that got cancer when he was 3 years old.
Oh wow!
And they told her that when he started with a nosebleed that would not stop bleeding. And he was at the daycare center, and we just, pressing like we normally do, but it wouldn't stop. So we took him to Northwestern, and they kept him. And eventually, he had blastoma, something that I had never heard of. Anyway, so fast forward, he went to Children's. He went to St. Jude. He did all that, and then Make-A-Wish granted his wish. Now he's graduating from college.
Wow! And
they predicted that said that he wouldn't live for the next 3 years he'd be gone. So I say that to give you comfort that Make-A-Wish is not for those who they think won't be here to make another wish. It's for those who need a wish in order to give them some inspiration to keep wanting to live. Because
what did she get?
She had cancer when she was in high school, so she spent I want to say majority of her sophomore year and all of her junior year in the hospital.
Oh wow!
Wow!
And yeah, they thought it was going to be terminal, but no, she recovered.
But God thinks something else. No matter what them doctors think. And don't get me wrong, I think what doctors do are phenomenal because they have an inordinate amount of wisdom, but they ain't got the most highest wisdom, right?
What did she choose for her wish?
I never asked her that.
You know that?
That would have been my first question.
I want to know.
What they give you? What you get?
You ready?
You're rocking with the Brunch Bunch right here on this Richard 1390. It's your girl Tamara Fair on the air, and I'm proudly posted finally in the studio with your main man.
Now I was here. It's actually Jackson. You were missing in action.
You were here on Friday and Thursday and Friday?
Never mind.
Well,
Never
that's what I
mind. Oh,
thought.
Lord.
Because we can check you.
I'm like Richard Pryor. Which way is up?
Up the elevator.
Well, I'm glad to be here. And Tamara Fair always makes me feel better when I'm here. I'm sorry to eat that candy. I do want to say this. One of the hardest things in this season of trials and tribulations is coming to the radio some days.
Yeah.
Because I don't have the energy and I don't feel like it. But when I come in here, I have no choice but to get happy and energetic. Then when you cuss me out, I wasn't supposed to say it on the radio.
I don't care.
You lift my spirit even with the cuss words. So it's like, all right, maybe I needed to be here. So I'm grateful to be here.
Well, let me say this. You have to find peace and joy where you find peace and joy, because life can bring you down. It is up to you and the people around you to lift you up. And of course, God puts these people in your place because he knows what you need before you even realize what you need. Well, let's switch lanes for a second. Very good.
Zoe, download the switching lanes now, please.
ICE has been the topic of so many households, so many parties. People will stop their party, turn the music down to talk about ICE and their presence here in Chicago. Well, here's yet another ICE story. Well, I tell you what, though, when it snowed, ICE went in. They did not come outside. They were like, look, we're gonna resume a little later. So that's what I said about the immigrants. Whatever June won't fix, January will, because when it get cold, the Venezuelans will be like, what on earth is this?
Listen, what they call the cold police.
The cold police.
Coming outside.
Nope. But the suburban Chicago dad headed to the store with his toddler says they were pepper sprayed by federal agents. A Chicago father and his 1-year-old daughter were pepper sprayed at close range as they headed to the grocery store shopping over the weekend, and it happened upon federal immigration agents, the family said. Rafael Barraza said the incident happened at Sam's Club parking lot in Cicero on Saturday amid escalating clashes that day between immigration agents and frustrated area residents. The suburb shares a border with the Chicago neighborhood of Little Village, a largely Mexican enclave that has frequently been the center of the federal immigration crackdown that began 2 months ago in the nation's third largest city, none other than Chicago. So Barraza said that the family was in their car when they heard a helicopter and honking common signals in the Chicago area these days. The federal agents and it indicated that federal agents were nearby. So you know what they did? They decided to leave. And that's when a masked agent pointed a pepper spray gun through their vehicle open window and fired. Shh. You hear those sound effects?
Well, I see.
So a cloudy substance hit Barraza in the face, which also affected his daughter, according to the video taken by the family. That was great that they had the presence of mind to actually videotape it. So my daughter was trying to open her eyes, Barraza told reporters Sunday, and his wife held her daughter nearby. She was struggling to breathe. He said that they were not protesting, honking their horns, or to warn anybody of what they were trying to do. They were honking their horns to let people know that they were in danger. So a longtime pastor in the area, Reverend Matt DiMatteo, arrived at the scene to help and also recorded footage of Barraza struggling to open his eyes and their daughter Ariana crying while her mother tried to comfort her. A family, and I shouldn't have to say this, but guess what? All U.S. citizens attacked while shopping, he said. We need a better way, y'all.
Oh, that's a little baby.
A little baby. The U.S. Department of Homeland Security flatly rejected the family's account, but the video supports it. So there was no crowd control or pepper spray deployed in the Sam's Club parking lot. Assistant Secretary Tricia McLaughlin said in the statement sent to the Associated Press on Monday. Well, it was a day of tension. Saturday marked a day of chaotic encounters in the operation that has seen more than 3,200 arrests of people suspected of violating immigration laws in the Chicago area. The aggressive tactics used by agents from Customs and Border Protection and Immigration and Custom Enforcement have repeatedly come under fire through legal challenges. Well, agents have used chemical agents liberally across the city of 2.7 million and many of its suburbs. And they've also gone into a daycare to arrest a teacher, targeted rideshare drivers at O'Hare International Airport, thrown tear gas in the neighborhood preparing for a Halloween parade, and gone after what? Landscapers. But the area hit the hardest has been Little Village, in a neighborhood with one of the largest business corridors that sometimes dubs the Mexico of the Midwest. Most restaurants and shops have signs warning ICE agents to stay out, while neighbors use whistles, horn honks to warn passerbys of immigration agents who often stage in the area of Sam's Club. You know what?
He said he wasn't protesting. I was trying to figure that out. But the ICE agents know what they're doing. Well, I guess they're saying, oh, they're blowing their horn to warn people that they're coming. And so which does definitely don't make it right. They shouldn't have sprayed them. But this is not far from where I live. And so it's Sam's, it's Home Depot, it's Target. And I'm not gonna lie, I needed some help. I pulled up at Home Depot and nobody was out.
Nobody. I talked to my girl at Home Depot on 87th Street. She said they had been having the slowest month of their existence. And I said, well, why? She said, because they're taking all the workers.
They're taking all the workers. The workers scared to come out there.
Exactly.
But
she said it's picking up though.
The other thing is I'm on the Ring app because of the Ring cameras, and all the notifications I get half the day is Ice Cube emoji, and they say ICE is at Sam's, helicopters going around Little Village.
Well, they have a separate app, and the Venezuelans and they're to be legal or illegal.
Mm-hmm.
Immigrants all have the app, and it tells you where the ICE agents are currently.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
because I got a delivery the other night from Uber Eats or GoPuff or something, and when the guy walked up, I was shocked because I hadn't seen a Venezuelan immigrant in a while deliver. And when he said I don't speak English, I was like, wow, he must not be scared.
Oh no, he just knows where they are.
He know where they are. Okay.
He got the app.
Well, I ain't mad at him, but it's so reminiscent of when I read the history of slavery and slave catchers, and it's just,
you know how the police force first got started?
Slave catchers.
Slave catchers, yeah, absolutely.
So, to see this happening, I just hope the Trump administration does not start paying people for reporting their illegal immigrants.
So you have been asleep, right? Because he been start paying.
Oh, he paying them?
Oh, what?
What's the number? No, I'm joking.
Well, let me tell you the number. The number is 58, and that means we got 2 minutes till we get out of here. So now, since you're talking that, I want you to be very careful. I want you to get the app. Make sure you know where the ICE agents are, because they're coming for you.
Listen, I've seen them on my new block in the hood. I couldn't believe it. I think I mentioned I ain't seen nothing in the hood. And one of my neighbors said, yeah, those are ICE agents in that unmarked car. I said, you sure? He said, they've been sitting at the corner, and they said the crazy thing is that's the Latino family house on the block. And
well, listen, guys, if you don't see Marcel tomorrow, you'll know he's with ICE.
I got scooped up for playing. But listen, I'm glad to be back. And as I said the other day, in the spirit of the old saints, if it's the Lord's will, I will be here tomorrow.
All right, y'all. We always want to encourage you to keep Love 24 alive. Tell someone that you don't know, a perfect stranger, that you love them, and show someone that you do know how much you love them. Lead with love. Land on love. Before I tell you how much I love you, I want to give a special prayer and shout out to the Carter family. President Carter lost his son last night, who was a nephew to me in the spirit. Young Donald Duck Carter was found deceased in his living room. So we definitely want to send prayers out to that family. I love you, Action Jackson.
Tamir on there, I love you. Believers, we love you. Baby, we love you too.
Modi, I love you. Y'all, stay optimistic. Oh, that's out.
See you tomorrow, Facebook.
Bye, guys. Bye, y'all. Thank you so much for tuning in. We'll see you. The whole us will see you tomorrow.